You can imagine now there's so many different preferences, even down to how many layers of tape would go under one of these grips as well.
Perfect.
So some guys like to have 2 layers, some guys like to have 1 under the left hand and 2 under the right hand. So we've got to have the ability to do this all the time and still get the actual preference as to how they like the club to feel. So some guys have a little bit rarer grips that we don't stock a lot of. So some of the players, like one of our flagship players, Martin Keimer, he has a very particular type of grip that we don't hold a lot of. Same thing with Sergio Garcia, Darren Clark. So there are different unique things within this drawer just to try and accommodate as much as we can. Obviously it's difficult all the time and sometimes we have to order things in, but typically this would be quite a normal situation for us. Just moving through with whole sets of irons as well, just to make sure that they were, if the club got broken or something maybe got missing in transit. These guys do travel all over the world. We've got to be able to have the products on the truck to be able to back up what we're trying to achieve. Does that make sense so far? Okay, cool. That's a shaft rack I was telling you about. There's an awful lot in here. Going through this side, Ian Hawke is one of our technicians here. You can see he's building up a product now. So we're just trying to get that exactly dialed in. The guys are going to start packing up in about an hour's time, so this is the mad rush before it all really kicks off. Within our drawers here, this is our flagship product. So these are normally full up at the start of the week and they obviously dwindle down by the end of the week. So the R1, #1 drive around tour, which is great. This is basically what it's all about for us. So long as we've got all this going on, we should remain #1, which is our key strategy. We just saw in the previous drawer, now we're onto fairway woods. So again, there's 14 clubs still out in the bag. You've got to have 1 for each shot, each hole, whatever situation. And we have everything in here that we're going to need. Equipment wise, we've got grinding wheels. Some guys like to have special grinds on their wedges potentially, so we'll use this device just to try and make sure we get it exactly as they need it to help them perform the best they can. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much the truck. One last thing I can show you. Every week at the start of the tournament we have a bunch of staff players. Sorry about all these noises, by the way. You can imagine it's a workshop at the end of the day. Our staff players will usually get 4 dozen golf balls, 6 gloves, and usually 3 to 4 hats every week. So they'll go through all those balls and gloves during practice rounds and the actual tournament. So in advance what we do is we just basically prep everything. So if you came on Monday, for example, you'd see all of these would just be full of soft goods, just so that they had everything they need to basically play golf this week. And then we have them backup stuff as well. So just in this drawer, by the way, some of the players, if they win, they get to choose a number that they would have printed on the ball. And you can see some of our winners here. Darren Clark has number 60 on the ball. Raphael Jacqueline has number 69 on the ball. So it's all preference. So if I open this up here, you'd have TaylorMade 60. He's also got his logo on the golf ball as well. Okay. So again, personalisation, that sort of thing goes a long way. And it makes us cool. The players play a lot of golf, so they're in these golf shoes quite a lot, so we just have a backup supply on here just in case they need an extra pair from time to time. Normally we would send a lot of the shoes to their houses in advance just to make sure that they would cover themselves and they were prepared when they travel, because the truck can't go everywhere in the world. Sometimes we go to Malaysia and you just can't drive a truck across the world as much as we would love to. We just can't physically do that. So they would always have a supply at home just in case. Okay. Other than that though, guys, that is our TaylorMade tour truck. Hopefully that's been a bit helpful for you.